He said, that motherfucker cold.
Come on, tell me how you wanna play it. I want it all, I just gotta say it. I took my doubts and I left it for dead. My life is a dream and it's all in my head. Come on, I had to start from the top, I had to live from the end. I write it down and I get it. Little nigga, don't you forget it. I got a mystical pen.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? When you see this big, beautiful smile on your screen, you know what time it is. It's time to lock in. Anyways, let's hop straight into today's video as per usual. Today we will be talking about just a few things I wish I knew when I first started manifesting SPs or whatever. I don't really manifest SPs now. It's kind of old news, but things I wish I knew when I first started. Let's get into it. If any of y'all have seen my video from like 3 or 4 years ago, like the crazy story of how I manifested my ex back, yeah, go watch that if you haven't. But here's just a couple things I wish I knew. Number one, I wish I would have known how important it is to work on your manifestation self-concept before anything. Because look, I'm going to tell y'all this. If I were to start over today, or I were to go back in time and tell that version of me the advice that it needs to hear, it would be this. Prioritize manifestation self-concept over everything. It makes everything easier to manifest. Person, money, trips, experiences, whatever. It makes everything a lot easier to manifest when you prioritize. I'm a master at manifesting. Everything is easy for me. Everything I do works. Something along those lines. Feel me? That's what I would do off rip. That would be my main thing. Like if I didn't affirm anything else, my main thing would be 3 times a day, 10 minutes. I'm a master at manifesting. Everything's easy for me. I manifest instantly. However y'all want to go about that. I manifest in less than 3 days. However y'all want to go about that, right? Cool. That's number one. Number two, I wish I would realize how easy it was. A lot of times people get in their own way. And when I say they get in their own way, it's like, even me when I was doing it, and it's like, okay, you're sitting there, you're like, oh, I don't see a text, or they're acting a certain way. It's like, if you could just learn to simply ignore that shit. And when I say ignore, people get a little misconstrued when I say this. It's not, I have to act like this didn't happen, like physically act like this didn't happen. You have to think of like, if you grew up with a little sibling, or I feel like most people had like one friend that was just super annoying or always trying to push your buttons, or some of y'all, it might dead ass be your mom.
Bring it back.
Trying to push your buttons.
Put it back. Lizzie, bring that here now.
Mommy, fuck you,
Mom, always trying to push your buttons, and you just ignore them. Like for me, I'm the oldest of my siblings.
Oh, you not old. How old are you? I'm 35. You 35? Yeah, 35. I'm you heard?
So I had a little sister growing up. Sometimes I'll be playing the game and she want to bother me. You want to know how I ignore it? I'm still focused on the game. I can hear her trying to annoy me or see her in my face trying to fuck with me. I just don't give it any attention. Feel me? I'm back to my game. I'm back to doing what I was doing. So when it comes to applying this in real life, it's like, instead of giving attention to what you don't want, you just give your attention to what you do want. You can notice that it's there. Just like in the example, I notice my sister is there. I notice she's trying to bother me. I know she wants a reaction from me, but am I going to give it to her? No. I'm putting my attention elsewhere. Feel me? Same thing when you manifest an SP. If they're not showing up correctly, if they're not showing up at all currently, do not put your attention there. It does nothing for you. And I've said this before, but one thing that I wish y'all would realize is a lot of times, if it's not direct, if like the situation is not occurring directly in front of you, the only place it is happening is in your mind. So if they're not currently in your face telling you, bitch, I don't want you, nigga, you're dirty.
You dirty bitch!
I never want to talk to you again, brother. Bitch, fuck you. One of those, you're literally replaying or rehearsing for failure. You're still rehearsing for failure. And I know some of y'all might be like, oh, but it's so hard. Stop saying it's hard. Remember, I tell y'all this. Stop saying it's hard. The more you say it's hard, you're going to experience a reality or perpetuate a reality where, guess what, guys? It stays hard. Harder than 5 dicks. I said 5 and threw up 10.
You stupid.
They're not.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
You see how that go? You get me. Anyways, number 3, the third thing I wish I knew is how do I say this? Is really how deep this saying is. Your relationship with your specific person is a physical manifestation of the relationship you have with yourself. I wish I knew how deep that was, because even when I did manifest this person back, it was like I kept learning more things about myself, more things about beliefs that I picked up in my childhood through this person. Like, this person ended up being the embodiment of everything that I wouldn't say I didn't like, but aspects of my mom and dad that I didn't like. Now, I know some of y'all might be like, well, why didn't you affirm that they're perfect? Da, da, da. I've always believed, and this could be why it happened, that with an SP, it's a spiritual journey. Like, you're learning a lot about yourself. They're reflecting you. You're reflecting your subconscious. So even with some of y'all, you might sit there and ask, how are certain things happening in my relationship or in this journey when I've never thought of this thing? Again, if your reality is a mirror, it's trying to tell you something. What is it telling you? Because, like, even for me, one thing I had a problem with growing up was people making these grand promises to me but never following through on them. So then I noticed in my relationship it would happen. Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna change. Nothing, right? Nothing would happen. But once I fix that assumption, change that assumption, capiche, it's gone. And another thing I did practically, and if anyone who's ever got a custom plan from me, you know I put this in there, 3 daily promises. You start building trust with yourself, believing that, like, when I say something, it gets done. I could trust myself. You're building that relationship with yourself, which is why I put that in there, especially if you're manifesting an SP, because trust is one of the main things. Because another thing I've always said is, you know what I noticed? I noticed in my videos, I be lifting my eyebrows a lot. I'm trying not to do that, but trust is one of the main things when it comes to a relationship. And a lot of people think it's, oh, I don't trust my partner. No, because again, everyone is you pushed out. You don't trust that you can pick a good partner. If you always, here's the thing. There's one thing my dad told me that'll forever stick with me. If you're able to point the finger at yourself in any situation and take accountability, you always gonna come out on top. Because here's the thing. If I could point the finger at myself and say, okay, it's not about if this person is trustworthy, it's do I even trust the partners I pick? If I started trusting the partners I pick, knowing that I pick good people or knowing that I make good decisions, what do you think would happen? You feel me? Like, obviously you can affirm I get trustworthy partners, but again, if it's all a physical manifestation of the relationship you have with yourself, wouldn't it make sense to start learning to trust yourself? Okay, boom. Another thing is realizing, and this is the fourth thing. The fourth thing I wish I could tell myself is realizing you can't go try to physically fix certain situations. One of the things that one of the first SPs I ever manifested that she told me was, words can't fix this. And in a sense, I know some of y'all might be like, oh, it's law of assumption. Words literally do fix this. But she meant, and it was almost like my reality was talking right back to me. It's like me trying to persuade her or trying to talk this shit out almost always led back to square one. Versus if I were to just have gone in my mind, worked on whatever I kept seeing. This is why I tell y'all, when y'all work on self-concept, notice the reoccurring themes and patterns. If you go in and make affirmations for those, or you program an affirmation, as I talk about, programming an affirmation is basically just when you write down, let's say something like, I have the perfect relationship self-concept, and then below that, let's say you're doing this in your notes or you're actually writing it down. Put little bullet points of affirmations of what that one affirmation is going to mean for you. That way you can make one affirmation mean multiple things. But y'all get my point. You do that, and a lot of the problems just fade away. But what would I do? I've heard a lot of my clients say this. A lot of people in the Discord say this. They try to go back to fixing things themselves, because it's like people use law of assumption as like a crutch or a spare tire. Like, oh, I'll use it when I need to, instead of using it all the time. So when they use it as a crutch or a spare tire, every time they manifesting something, they in a fucked up situation. You're not even manifesting anything that's fun anymore. You just manifesting shit because you in a fucked up situation, because you steady trying to force. That's why even in my song Loving the Surf, I said, but I cannot force. That's making it worse. But I'm a force. I'm out of this earth. I cannot force that. It literally does make it worse. I cannot make that shit up. Like, so yeah, it's that. Like, we can't keep doing that, babes. But yeah, that's just one thing I wish one of the few things I wish I realized, just how important that was. Like, you can't force shit when it comes to this SP thing. So I know, again, some people will think, again, you know what I'm gonna say? Y'all do whatever the fuck y'all want. If you like my advice, take it. If you don't, keep doing what you're doing. But clearly, if what you was doing was working, you wouldn't be here. So let me say this. A lot of people be like, oh, should I text my SP? Not saying you can't, because I know a lot of people will say, oh, I could just assume it's going to work in my favor, right? Here's why I don't, and why I did it, and why I don't recommend it. The reason I don't recommend forcing or texting someone when you're in no contact is literally this reason here. I've seen this so many times, and I'm so glad I didn't do it myself. When people text them first, they end up thinking down the road, oh, I didn't really manifest that. They only got back with me because I texted them. Versus if you follow some of the principles of law of assumption, which is not having to lift a finger, no pun intended, because of texting, and letting it come to you, let life bust on your face, let it come to you, as I infamously said, you can't deny that it's manifestation when you do that. But down the road, your mind starts to get a little tricky and like wants to tell you, you didn't manifest that. You just got lucky because they texted you back and you texted first. You went out of your way to do that. You begged them to get back with you. Versus, I didn't text first at all. Everything that happened purely off me affirming. You feel me? So I'm just trying to help y'all for down the road purposes, because it does happen. I've seen it happen so many times, it's not even funny. And I'm trying to think if that's the last thing that I wanted to speak on as far as manifesting SPs. It might be. Oh, and here's just a couple extra tidbits and points, because a lot of people ask these questions. They'll ask, oh, Tone, is it okay if I date other people while I manifest my SP? Do whatever you want. Because here's the thing. I know we're thinking, okay, it's law of assumption. I have to live from the end. Some people tell you the stupidest shit ever. You have to act as if you're in a relationship with them. No, the fuck you don't. That's, to me, it's silly. If you want to go with it, go with it. But to me, it's silly, because technically in the 3D, you are single. So the way I look at it is, since I'm single, right? And I know some people are like, isn't that waiver? No, let me get to my point. Before you were actually ever dating this person, what were you doing? You were probably single, exploring your options, and then you chose them, hopefully, unless you chose them just purely out of, I ain't have shit else going for myself and this was the best thing going. So at least this time, and I highly recommend this for a lot of people, unless you just know this is the love of your life, then disregard what I'm about to say. Date around with a new self-concept and see if you still want that person. I kid you not, because sometimes you might end up realizing, okay, that person is someone I would go for with the old concept of self. But with my new concept of self, I'm not fucking with your dusty ass. So make sure you figure that out. And also, I had left this out the original story, but I'm gonna just keep it 1000% with y'all. I had smacked a few buns before I got back with Shorty. Look, keep it so real. Yes, I love law of assumption. Yes, I know about all these different things. But, babes, I was never ugly. Even with the little flat top I had, I was never ugly. So, and then on top of that, it's like, if you a dude, you know, it's like, if we're not together, I just found out about this self-concept shit. I'm getting better options. What do you think I was doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. So, in said that to say this, the day before all the, like, everything materialized, like, fully showed up in the 3D, yeah, you can insinuate what that meant, and it wasn't her because, like I said, it was long distance. So yeah, and I still got what I wanted. So when y'all ask, the answer is yes, you can still date around. Another thing people ask is how to interact with them when they are showing back up, or like when they're in the process of getting back together, right? I go by the 3 H's. I tell all my clients this, so this is free game. Hang out, have fun, hook up. Now, if you younger, you not on that, or whatever the case may be, disregard the hookup part and just hang out and have fun. Feel me? And here's what those 3 H's mean. Hang out. Hang out and have fun are kind of synonymous, but I'm explaining. Do fun shit. Stop trying to argue with them. Here's what I would recommend avoiding. Arguments. Bringing up old shit. Don't you bring it up, at least. Don't bring up no old shit. Nagging, complaining, bitching. Cut that out. I think people forget dating was supposed to be fun. Like, so the way social media, the state of social media right now, like, people forget dating was supposed to be fun. You're supposed to be enjoying experiencing another person and also bringing them in your world to experience, which is another thing. When you're dating someone, you're bringing them into your world to experience. It should feel like they had a fucking amusement park. When my girl with me, this verbatim, she told me this. I can't make this up. Swear to God, right hand on the Bible. She said, I feel like I'm a Disney princess. Like I'm at Disney World or some shit. I swear to you. Cause y'all, okay, imagine, y'all know how y'all see me on cam. Imagine how I am in person. I'm a funny nigga. Funny. And I like to have fun. I like to do things. I like to be spontaneous. So I live by that. Hang out, have fun, hook up. And if I'm hooking up, I'm hooking it up, nigga. Yeah. But y'all get my point. I'm going crazy. Y'all get my point. So that's my advice when it comes to, see, my hair just keep wanting to do its own thing. I'm gonna have to snatch this shit back. Whatever. We're just gonna rock with it like that. But yeah, that's what I live by. So when y'all ask how to interact with SP when they're showing back up, hang out, have fun, hook up. If you on your, like I said, if you're on your adult shit, then yeah, you can do that. But if not, regard that H and do the other 2. Hang out, have fun. Ask them what they like to do for fun, while also integrating what you like to do for fun. You feel me? It should be 2 sides coming together to have some fun. You get me? And that might be the last thing I could think of when it comes to SPs, because that's one of the main things people ask me. And then this might be actually my last little tangent. When people ask about SPs that they don't know yet, or they don't know their name, yes, it still works. Let's say you saw, this is what I see this more from men than I do women. So I'm gonna give an example from a man's point of view. Let's say you at the gym, you see you a little baddie. You like, damn, need that, want that, gotta have that. Here's what you can do. I've actually tested this. You just be like, if you don't know her name yet, or I know some of y'all too scared to walk up and talk to people at the gym, you would affirm, girl from the gym with the blankety blank. Fill in whatever blank you want. Girl from the gym with the white tights. Girl from the gym with the blue hair. I don't fucking know. Girl from the gym with the fat ass. Just keeping it real over here on this channel. I know how some of you niggas think. And that'll work. Or even if you're manifesting an ideal SP, you would say, I have my ideal SP. It's really that simple. Write down a list, then affirm, I have my ideal SP. It really is that simple. So hopefully that answered most of the questions, and then just some things I wish I knew when I first started manifesting an SP. But yeah, with that being said, babes, goodbye.